Hey guys, continuing our videos on the text Exhortation to Philosophy by Iamblichus, chapter 8. This is towards the end of the chapter now. So here Iamblichus talks about Turanian torture. He says Turanians used to torture their prisoners in the following way. They would take a dead body and bound it in different ways to one of the prisoners who is still alive. So the prisoner had to carry everywhere and move with this dead body bounded to them. And here I beautifully demonstrated that. And this was a method of torture. It would be horrible. So I guess the body would be decaying and rotting, stinking. There'd be maggots and so forth. And the prisoner would be constantly watching that. He says the same way the soul is bounded to our physical body. And I think in the subsequent chapters, there is a chapter where he says the physical body is the tomb, or maybe even in this chapter, I don't remember, the tomb of the soul. And so the soul suffers essentially by being in this physical body. That's how I understand it. The same way a person suffers when a dead thing is bounded to them. So now my interpretation is this. The soul experiences everything that is going on. And by being bound to the physical body, as we know from the previous chapters of this text, the soul is bound to physical reality. And by being bound to physical reality, it is not contemplating higher things. It is not freeing itself towards contemplations of higher truths, which is what its purpose is. And a person can't just unbind themselves to the physical reality. They can't just kill themselves because the soul still haven't. If a person kills themselves, they'll just be reborn because the soul has not perceived yet the truth that it needs to perceive, and is still seeking the truth. So you will just be born again in a different body, in a different life. That's how I understand it. So in a way, we're kind of prisoners bound to physical bodies in our search for truth. So Iamblichus says, especially thus, we want to be free. And to be free, we need to develop our intellect. And this will free the soul, as I understand it, from being bound to the physical body. Otherwise, the physical body governs it. And if we look here into Buddhism, we see, if we look at the text, the word in the Pali Canon, and the first words there is Buddha said, I kept being reborn until I realized the truth. Or something like this, about the reality. So here again he's talking about understanding a truth. We see how Buddhism is saying the same thing as Platonism. By perceiving the truth in the matter, the soul no longer wanted to be reborn. It realized the truth, it no longer needed to be reborn. So this is what that text in Buddhism says. Buddha's word, it's called, in Pali Canon. But in Platonism, as later we find out, things are not so simple. There's arguments that whatever the soul realizes, it will still keep being reborn. But then there's other arguments that it would not exactly be the same soul that will be reborn, and so forth. For now, all I want you to remember is this part of the chapter, kind of like a dark finish to the chapter. The Turanian torture. That's it. Thank you for watching this. Hope you enjoy this. A video might appear now. You can click on it to continue watching my other videos, or you can continue watching this series if you want. And I'll meditate for 15 seconds while YouTube shows up this video.